Hey, it's Clay, and this will be a video chart on ticker symbol SHMP. We will take a look at the 30-minute time frame. Real quick, what do I mean by 30-minute in case maybe you're new to charts? Instead of each one of these candlesticks here representing 1 day's worth of price action, which is what you would normally see, each one represents 30 minutes. So while this here may look like several days worth of time, it's actually today's price action broken down into 30-minute time slices. I like to this time frame that does a good job of telling the quote-unquote story of the price, and then makes mapping out where levels of support and resistance a bit easier to see. I've done this analysis before, so that is where these red and green line annotations are coming from. And first thing I'm going to do is a little house cleaning, get rid of that line down there. Sure, that level still pertains to the chart. It's just not really relevant right now. And from a presentation standpoint, I don't want to risk causing clutter, which can lead to confusion. So let's try to keep this as clean as possible. The first update, though, that doesn't even need to be made comes about based on a foundational rule in charting, which states when levels of resistance are broken and closed above, you want to see them act as support. So 0.0155 was an area of support going into today, but now that the price, was a level of resistance going into today, but now that the price is up above it, it would be one of the newer areas of support. The ideal level of support going forward, when you say, hey, Clay, what would make this chart look the absolute strongest going forward? That would be if the price can stay up above the 2-cent mark. Now, don't get me wrong, though. If the price falls below 2 cents, I'm not saying that implies the entire chart is broken or ruined or anything like that. But yeah, if the price could manage to somehow stay up above 2 cents, that would definitely be a massive sign of power. But again, if it doesn't, by no means the end of the world, because not only do you have, 0.0155 down here, which we've already talked about, but even before that level, you have this pink line here, the famous 200 period simple moving average, currently valued right around 0.018. So that would also be another level of support. So the point here being is that after today's bigger move to the upside, it has created quite a few levels of support down below it. So a lot of that, path of least resistance seems to be in the upwards direction now because of all these supports that have been established. Now, what about levels of resistance? As far as where the sellers seem to be hanging out at, they made themselves pretty apparent right up there at 0.024. So 0.024 is going to be public enemy number one going forward. A whole bunch of times the price tried to get up through it and just couldn't quite do it today. So while I'm not saying it's impossible to get above there or anything like that, I'm just saying that apparently according to the story that the chart is telling us, the price is really going to need to bring its A game to not only fight above that level, but then also be able to stay up above it. All in all, though, very nice move today, and we'll see if the bulls can continue to build upon this momentum or not. One of the biggest questions that I get is, hey Clay, how do you find the stocks that you trade? So what I've done is put together a free resource guide where I talk about the tools that I use to locate stocks that I find interesting and think may have potential. So if that sounds like something that could add value to you as a trader, then click on the image that is up on the screen right now and I will email you the guide. The guide itself is very short and to the point, and best part, it's completely free. Thanks for watching the video. Let me know if you have any questions.